the dawning of a new day arrives. As the sun gracefully makes its way above the horizon, signaling to all life that it is time... Oh, God. Oh, excuse me. I just had a bit of a frog in my throat there. Welcome, everyone, to How We Got Here, where I'm sharing random tidbits of our history and the history of this little floating blue ball that we call home. History is being made every day, and it's important to know just how we got to where we are. Today, I'll be dipping into one of my personal favorite topics: space, and more specifically, manned spaceflight. The mysteries of the cosmos have been a matter of intrigue and obsession for as long as humans have been able to look up. We've had all kinds of wacky ideas over the millennia about how things work, and we're finally at a point where we're starting to really understand some of it. We've had a basic understanding of the heliocentric solar system. You know, the idea that we go around the sun and not everything revolves around us. Since the 16th century, when our old pal Copernicus came along and corrected us. But when things got really interesting was when we started to take to the heavens ourselves. October 4th, 1957, the then USSR launches Sputnik into orbit, making the little probe the Earth's first artificial satellite. Fast forward through the space race.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Which saw the formation of NASA in 1958, major leaps in technology and rocket science, as well as putting animals and eventually people into space, more or less concluding with the Apollo 11 mission, which landed Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon on July 20th, 1969.
Contact light. Okay, engine stop. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're going to be busy.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon.
Since then, we've gone back several times, but not in the last 50 years. We've sent all kinds of probes to explore our solar system and beyond, but as far as humans in space are concerned, we've stuck close to home. With the Soviet Salyut and US Skylab launches in 1971 and 1973 respectively, we let people hang out in space for longer periods of time, working and even living on space stations. Those programs, however, were short-lived, the latest re-entering the atmosphere in early 1991. From 1981 to 2011, we had NASA's Space Shuttle program, which flew 5 reusable shuttles on 135 missions. It was an amazing success, though there were tragedies along the way, with the loss of the Challenger in 1986 and the Columbia in 2003. The shuttle missions, however, have also given us the immense amount of knowledge gained from the deployment of the Hubble Space Telescope, the Chandra X-ray Observatory, and the construction of the International Space Station. Shuttles also flew several missions to the Russian space station Mir between 1995 and 1998. The final landing of the shuttle era occurred on July 21, 2011, bringing the 30-year era of the shuttle to a close. Mir is another topic that we could probably spend hours on, but let's just say this: we learned a lot of valuable lessons from it, and had a lot of successes. And one fire, and one collision, but still, Mir survived. It was finally brought home in early 2001 in a controlled deorbit splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. By that time, though, the ISS was already in orbit, at least in small part, having the first 2 segments launched in 1998 from Russia and the US. After that, multiple modules were added from the US, the ESA, and Japan, making it the gargantuan facility that it is today. Not to be overlooked is the addition of the incredibly helpful Canadarm, which made many of the operations on the exterior of the station possible. Since the end of the shuttle program, American astronauts caught rides to the ISS aboard Russian rockets, until things opened up to the private sector. And in 2020, after nearly a decade-long drought, American astronauts once again lifted off from US soil. So NASA isn't the only one allowed to fire off rockets anymore. And that may be one of the best things to happen to spaceflight. Elon Musk's SpaceX has completely changed the way we get to space, not to mention the cost per launch, with the reusable nature of the Falcon-class rockets saving tons of money. Compare the shuttle program's estimated $450 million to the Falcon 9's $67 million per launch. That'd buy a whole lot of tacos. Now, companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic work alongside NASA and other world space agencies to advance our future in space. As we look to the future, we'll be venturing back to the moon with NASA's Artemis program, and eventually to Mars and beyond. The last 65 years or so have been an amazing ride of discovery and advancement, making the years to come seemingly even more exciting. I'm not saying we'll be beaming anywhere anytime soon, but imagine the gravity, not literally, that will surround those first human steps onto another planet. That's all I have for now, but I hope you enjoyed this quick trip through history. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, because, well, you know why. Thanks for coming by and spending some time with me. Until next time.